Hello everybody and welcome back to Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde. Today we will be finally making it to the Hinterlands hard mode. Not much has changed at all. As you can see, I did fill out the Shadow Shurikens, which is fantastic there. I have not yet unlocked this without the number of embers, so we have a tier 2 Shadow Shuriken and we have a tier 3 orbital fire. So things are looking pretty good, and we will progress to the Hinterlands. We will be using this orbital fire. We're going to combine it with the spears, the shadow shurikens, and probably the tornado as well. The reason for this is I am avoiding the mines and the vines as they apply dots, and we want to use the dot of the orbital fire in this case, and there is only one dot on a target at a time, as I've seen in all of my experimentation. Maybe I'm wrong and something is just off, but that is the way that it does appear to me. So I'm very happy with that. And the reason for the spears is they will hit things inside of our circle. That is sort of the goal of them for sure. We definitely want to get speed up definitely as quickly as possible. Speed will probably be the most important for protection, followed by size, and dot speed. Damage is nice, but damage is by far the least important one long term. Short term is semi-important, but as you can see, it's already doing 11 damage, which is pretty great, and you can see the 10 crit here, which is fantastic. So I'm very happy with that. Let's get this show on the road, and yeah, I think this should be pretty good. With the tier 2 and the spears, things that get close to us, hopefully these will target it. If not, the spear should hit it. We'll give the spears a little bit more damage, so should something get in our circle, which already is getting quite large, as you can see, we'll be fairly protected. The dots, once we get dot speed to max, it will be a killer. That is what is fantastic about it. Unfortunately, it will not be the killer that I would love it to be, because we do not have Wuya, I think it is, the pet. That pet is amazing. So that pet is really what you want, because, you know, getting 10 extra damage on your dots is immense when a dot ticks upwards of 20 times a second. You know, that's essentially 200 damage a second. That's pretty amazing. I'm happy with the 3. We got a pet though. Let's see what we get. Let's hope for something good. I don't want a bad one, and there are plenty of bad ones that I've already picked up. Maybe we'll get something fun. Oddly enough, I don't want either of these. It is a shame. But you know, the better we make spear, the better our inner protection will be, although I want more levels on the shuriken than anything else, without a doubt. So we have... digging for loot is actually really nice early on, but I'm going to go with just the base damage, just to help everything out, help survive the run. I don't want this to fail. If it does, it happens. It's not the end of the world, but the more damage, the more good. And the more good, the better, without a doubt. I think that goes pretty much without saying. So... we do want the orbital fire to get as many kills as possible. Let's get the tornado here just so it is done being unlocked. As I have stated, once you have 3 unlocks, getting the 4th actually helps you find what you were looking for more than not. So even though I didn't get +1 damage, which is, you know, the thing I want actually the least, and I'm kind of upset that that's really all it's giving us, you know, one step at a time. Honestly, I'm taking way too much damage too. I need to focus with these very quick, annoying dragonflies. Now, we don't have the damage yet to easily deal with these armored knights, but they do go down fairly well, and we have a decent speed going that we can start to stand here once, fingers crossed, the spears kill that one dragonfly, but not too bad. The dot right now, completely useless. I mean, it's understandable. It's the dot. It is completely useless until it is maxed. So, not completely useless until it's maxed. It does very, very, very minor damage, and then it gets slowly better and better and better until it's amazing. So, basically, minor to, hey, it's something, to, okay, you're useful to me now. It's a lot of investment, but it's one of those investments that do pay off. So that is one thing to know. Another pet, I will take it. Do I want pets the most? Probably. We don't necessarily have the money for a shop, so that's great. Oh, well, there's a shop. Hey, look at that. Look at that. I will take it. Let's keep this speed going. More size, more good, but more speed, even better. The speed is what we need. Oh, and I'm going to go with the magnet here. This magnet is going to be amazing with this weapon. With this character and magnet. Oh, should get more size, but more speed. How can you say no? With this magnet and size, we will be able to stand still and pick up everything in range. That's what's really most amazing about this character is as you level up, obviously, you get 5% increased pickup range per 5 levels, which adds up to quite a bit. And right around level 60 to 70 or so, you're actually in a really good position without magnet. So if around level 60, I believe even before that, we'll be able to basically stand completely still. I mean, let's just see. Right now, we are able to stand still and pick up everything in range, which is awesome. So we can already do that. And that's one of the powers of this weapon. It's actually a power and a downside, if you want. Because it's great that you can just stand still and it will completely protect you. I mean, that's fantastic, right? I mean, right here, we can stand still. It does appear that nothing can get through. We have the speed that even these faster fairies, it does not appear that the faster fairies are indeed getting through. So that is fantastic. We're picking up everything that's dropping from our orbital fire, which is our chosen weapon. So this is a perfect position to be in. However, the downside of this is that's when standing still. So that's its best part. Now, the problem is you don't want to stand still. You want to be moving around. But let's see what happens when we start to move around. Will we get an enemy to sort of sneak in to our lovely safe range? Yes. By moving, we are opening ourselves up to essentially invasion. So amazing while standing still, dangerous while moving. And that goes pretty much at any speed. At max speed, it will be, much more lenient, but the fast enemies can definitely get through. And if you have the affix of 30% speed for you and the enemies, that's going to make it that much harder because you're moving faster and they're moving faster, so the opportunity for an enemy to get through the gap is that much greater. Same thing if you pick up the pet, too. If you pick up the pet, that will increase your movement speed. Well, that's also increasing the opportunity for an enemy to get through while you are moving. So keep that in mind. You may be safe at one point, but then you get or upgrade your movement speed pet, and now all of a sudden you no longer are in that safe zone. So I do want to maximize the speed. That's going to keep everything from being hit. Although realistically, I should be going for the dots at this point. A fully upgraded dot will definitely kill these eyes just by hitting it. So that is pretty amazing. Let's get some damage on the spears. The spears are, again, our protection. They are you're in the circle. I don't want to get hit by you. Spears, I'm hoping and praying that you will hit it. That is our spear. I can't say any more than that. And there it is, flash. There's the movement speed. I want the movement speed. I kind of need crystals more still. Still needing crystals. It's not long off, though, before crystals are, done, which is great in this run. We're sort of coming to the end of the crystal need, although I do have already a resource or an upgrade that needs, 1,000, I think it was, for the damage reduction. So, even though they're coming close to the end, they're not quite there, for sure. These boom bugs, the worst enemies in the game. They just, they knock everything around. They come in such force. Most exploding enemies are the worst as well, but the boom bugs, I think, are the worst of the worst because they just come in such quantity. As you can see, there's just so many on screen. They're just going to push themselves around. They're going to push others around. It's laughable how much they actually impact everything. So they push bosses, they put, right there, another example, just getting in. It's very annoying. We will strive through, though. I do need to go back for the shop. I do have the money, but I see more money. How can I turn it down? Plus we have a mine. Mines are nice, and we got a pet for it. So how can you turn it down? The damage, I should stop going for damage, by the way. The damage of this weapon, although it is spinning, I believe, as fast as it can go, the damage is really not the highlight of the show. As you can see, they take quite a few hits to die, whereas if you hit an eye once with the max upgraded dot, it will die. It's not going to die instantly, of course. It is a dot over time. But just knowing that, hey, I tagged you, you dead, is fantastic. And with the speed that we have, you're basically tagging everything other than a very small, quick enemy. So here we go, at the shop. Let's grab our resources. Fantastic. Let's just get some safety, since that's all we could afford at that point in time. Easy peasy. Get more dot speed. And we're going to work on becoming the dot killer. I do need to kill a whole slew of these eyes, so I wish I had enough dot speed to kill them in one go right now, because, got to get them upgrades in when I can. More dot speed. I do want more Shadow Shuriken levels, but that can come fairly soon. I mean, I'm in no real rush. Even the rock elementals will die to just getting hit by the dot once. It's just very effective. And that's what's actually scary, is the fact that these charging enemies, they get in, and then they can kill me pretty easily. So at least if you have the dot on them with the fully upgraded dot, then even if they get in, they're dead. They're going to die. I can guarantee that they will die, where without it, I can't quite guarantee that. So we have plenty of experience coming our way, though. Not enough levels for the dots. Not enough money for rerolls, because I did spend it at the shop, which is fine. We will get more money. But as you can see, the critical hit chance, just by getting to level 2, is already becoming immense. I mean, our crit, it's not huge damage yet. I mean, our shurikens are only hitting for 7, which is not the highest. Oh my god, look at this. It really wants to give me more damage. But all I want is that dot speed. Attack speed and attack size are done, so that's great. But we really, really, really need that dot speed. 5 more levels, and the weapon is complete for me. Again, do not care. And as you saw with the speed, one of the enemies did get through. And we're almost done with crit there, which is great. And again, we're done with crit without it being max level, which is the best part about Shadow Shuriken's level 2. Oh, and look, it's the Viking chicken. I do know he is important. Or it is important. So I'm very happy for that. Just give me the dot speed, stop giving me the damage, and all will be well. There we go. So as you can tell, compared to cleave, this weapon is highly effective, but not as effective, I mean, literally, something just walked into me and killed me, where if I had cleave, it wouldn't. Even cleave level 1, that wouldn't happen. Or tier 1, I should say. But hey, you sort of take what you can get. It has its pluses and minuses. What's nice is you don't have to turn. You can literally just stand still like this, especially with a mag pet, and you are 100% safe. Even from these enemies right there, the spears or anything will be good. And we're just going to wait, and we're in Dragonfly phase, which I think are the fastest moving things when they do their little charge. So let's see if anything can actually get through. Again, we're going to finish off the shurikens as much as possible. And look at that. Just even the dragons, at this max speed, nothing is getting through. And that's really a testament just to how powerful this is at max level. It is the safety ring that you really want. One thing I will say is if you do not want it this big, it's a beautiful thing that you can just get it a little bit smaller. You don't have to go to max level AoE. You can keep it at like 6 or so. And, oh, there's the speed. We finally got it. Okay, so enemies large and small, and you can see right there I was moving. They just came on through. So moving is the antithesis of this weapon. But let's just see. There's a big guy. Let's just tag them, and they are not dying quickly. You know, it is taking its time. But look at that. He just popped away. That other one dead. So that is the beauty of having this in this state, is that we can now just sort of walk around, just make sure we tag them. Just make sure, okay, you guys, yeah, just get your hits, start taking that dot. You know, you don't want to focus, you want to get it on as many as possible, because if you actually focus, well, that's going to take plenty of time. But by tagging all of them and then coming over here and tagging these, you know these are going to die. So that's all that matters, is that they die in the end. Cannot reroll, just more damage, more good. And we're free to go, we're free to roam. 4 minutes left, all gonna be focused on the shuriken, assuming I can find some decent money. Houses are a good place, though. Whoa. Little caught there, no problems though. And for as you can also see, for anything that isn't a fast-moving enemy, I mean, nothing can get close. I mean, it stays at that distance, and with the mag pet, although with our level, I believe our level right now would be enough to suck in anything in that radius anyway. With the dot, as you can see, those guys were annoying before. Now I know they get tagged, they're gonna die. This boss, I mean, it's going to die. I didn't need to keep it on her, but I did, just because, why not? Let's just get a bit more damage. Again, we're just focusing on this, orbital, and shurikens, and we should be in a very good state. Already up to 95%. Cooldown is at 7. Let's get that to that. We're at 85%, so that's fine. We'll relax a little bit on that. Anything good in here? We got the boss chest, thanks to our dot. The downside of the dot is if you want something to follow you, well, it's gonna die. Unfortunately, death is pretty guaranteed if it is following you. So yes, it will die. You can't really control it. Once it gets hit, chances are that enemy is dead. So take it or leave it. You know, you could easily forget with charging enemies that, oh, I tagged it, and then he charged halfway across the screen. And then I didn't see him for a little while. Oh, crap. I completely missed his chest. It's just a thing that happens. Let's just use our rerolls. We have them. Let's get that crit chance up. 95%. One more and we're over 100, which is nice. Not super necessary to go from 95 to 100. You're basically gaining a 1 in 20 gain. So realistically, at this point, I would not want to do this. So let's not. I don't care if it 1 in 20 do not crit at this point. We are firing so many that, yes, we will get non-crits, but all we really care about at this point is cooldown. There we go. That's the big one. Perfect. And again, you get to a chest and you can stand still. That is hugely beneficial because a lot of times, especially in the hard modes, getting to a chest, you're just dancing around. You're like, please wait to pop. You're going to blow everything away. I can't wait. But with this, it's literally, I got there, I can stand there, nothing's going to hit me. Doesn't matter. We're perfectly safe. We can tag all of these enemies and just walk away. And again, they're just tagged. They have the dot on them. They will die. Trust in that. So, doesn't have the pushback power though. So like right now, I can't really go on a spree around. I should probably stop moving because I am taking that lovely damage. I need to get a little bit further south. Oh, that enemy actually got through. I probably got through when I was moving, which is perfectly fine. So we're just going to increase the damage of our shurikens, so when the boss does get here, we will be in a pretty solid position. We want to just get into the open, because the open is entirely where we will want to fight. You never want to get to the boss near something, and there we have it. We have the boss right there. We have our shurikens going up. As you can see, look at all of the crits going down. But we need to stand still a little bit right here. That is slightly a problem. Let's get our spears up, because we need them, and hopefully we can get the boss in range of this. He is charging quite a bit, but the shurikens, and you can see the dots still ticking away while he is down there. That is the beautiful thing. He's out of range, still taking all of that damage, ran through the shurikens, and that's that. I mean, right there, you can see the dot. Again, not doing the most. The shurikens definitely destroyed him, way more than the dot. But if we had an extra 10 damage from the pet, oh, that would be amazing. Oh, that would be good. As you can see, we got a decent amount of runes and everything. I do think this is my least favorite to do on Heroic. Overall, I think the last boss, you have more likelihood to die than the other ones, just in the fact that his charge can push you around a bit more. Not than the other ones. But then the graveyard level. And it eludes me. The Dark Moon Grove. I was going to say Dark Moon Forest. Dark Moon Grove. So I do prefer Dark Moon Grove for the last boss. And again, I mean, I always like to go for cleave and try and get these Red Reapers. I guess once I get the Red Reapers, it probably won't matter so much. But we're done with Eye Demons. Let's just grab that, and we can see our spears. We need some more spirits, which are pretty close on as well, and that will help. Although, there's the pet right there. That is the pet of the dots, so I'm looking forward to that. And we can get some more crit chance if we want. Let's get some pet cage open speed, which will get us more starting gold when we get some more of these lovely crystals. But we're in a pretty good place. Again, here is the 1,000 that I need as well. So we are almost out of purple crystal things, almost entirely to these embers, minus a few pets and things like that. Actually, let's grab this and just start working down this path, because we will want to as well. So here we go. Rams, we've seen plenty of those. That's going to be 350, and that'll unlock down here. And we can also get big techs eventually. So, pretty good place. Not too shabby. Thank you very much. I'm going to, for the next video, do a bunch of farming. Definitely going to, actually, let's just unlock that right there, which unlocks this damage +1. Gets us closer to 20% more experience gain. No, 20% chance to gain more blue spirit experience crystals, which basically is that character's power, which is very powerful, combined with that character. So that's fantastic. And you can see these are very, very expensive. These damage +1, a crit chance +5, which is nice. We'll take the damage. +1 shuriken. It's not that many. We need a lot more swarms. I will get that off camera. But as you can see, you know, it's quite a lot. These last tiers are very expensive. 2,000 there. It's only going to get more expensive, but at the same time, you know, it's getting there. So, thank you very much. Next video will be the Spine Dunes on Heroic, and then it'll be a big web gain after that. I'm going to get everything up there pretty fast after that for, in anticipation, ideally, next week's patch. Not a guarantee to be next week, but the way it's been talking, you know, they've been saying it's coming. They did put out the list of what's going to be in there from hardcore mode and the saves and everything, so I'm kind of feeling that's coming soon, so I'm guessing it's going to be next week. So I want to have this pretty much filled, and then this series will wrap up, I'll continue on doing some experimentation series, and then I'll actually start a new series just like this, because hardcore mode is selected when you start the game, I believe. So I'm going to do a hardcore series, which will be hardcore, and then I'm also going to do more of the high-level experimentation. The goal will be to use Tier 3 weapons, see what the difference is, because there's going to be a lot of changes to a lot of these weapons. So stay tuned for all the changes, what's going to happen, how it's going to affect things, how with every character, across the board. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. A lot of work, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So thank you very much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the channel. Check out some of the playlists. I'm just going to be experimenting with a whole lot of games over time. Just tossing some things up. If you like it, please let me know. If you don't want to see it, clearly I will know just from the lack of views. That's perfectly fine as well. So thank you very much. Take care, and have a wonderful day.